What's going on, everybody? This is Renegade #1, aka the Feminist Killer, #Logitorian. I want to talk about a topic that has been bothering me. No matter where I fucking go, I'm always seeing it. And I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna make a video on it. And I want to advise you guys to avoid the androgyny culture that we currently live in, right? And I would say this culture it's been present for quite some time, but it's starting to become ridiculously obvious. You know, seeing people go for the same, like I'm looking at appearances and I'm starting to see it more obvious now. You got guys obviously wearing dresses, guys wearing makeup, guys with these ridiculous ass piercings and shit. The nose ring, the piercings, they all of this shit. It just looks like people starring in a BDSM porn flick, and women included. Everybody looks like they about to star in a BDSM porn flick. The shit is not cool. It's not sexy. It's not attractive. But again, people will conform to anything. You know, they're gonna play into the hands of the liberal media, right? What is the liberal media's, or you know, Hollywood or whatever agenda, whoever holds the cards, they're playing into the agenda, right? That agenda is to emasculate men, make women more masculine, conjoin the two genders into one, correct? The androgyny movement. Every time I see people looking like that, it just shows me that they don't know what they're doing. It's a symbol to me that they don't know what they're doing. You got men with these fucking man buns and shit looking ridiculous. People will jump on any, it shows me something else, man. People will jump on any fucking trend just to be relevant, just to have validation. It just, man, people don't have independent thought. And I mean, obviously I said this last video I made, but it's sad. I'm tired of seeing this shit. It's like, damn, every bitch I see looks like she belongs on a fucking animal farm with that fucking cow ring and shit. You know, these bitches look stupid. It just looks ridiculous, you know, and seeing it on men is worse because they don't realize that they have an emasculated, feminine look, very flamboyant look. And you can tell most of these guys that look like that with the septum piercings, the nose rings, a lot of them are bisexual. A lot of them are faggots. You know, tried to watch football. You see a bunch. I think I see it primarily with millennials and obviously Gen Zers, because a lot of them are the spokes. They are pretty much the ambassadors for most of this shit. They are the more frequent generations that implement this agenda the most. They implement this agenda. Gen Zers and millennials, they carry out this agenda the most frequently. It's either young girls, 14 and up. Young men, I see young men looking stupid, looking emasculated. Obviously, more homosexuality is being increased. The perversions are growing by the second, gentlemen. The perversions are growing by the second. And so I'm here to tell you, you are going to be targeted to conform. You're being the whole idea of men having a more natural, more masculine look, you know, a more fuller look. Those days are, you know, that primitive look. Those days are starting to become extinct. Now, I've seen some ridiculous shit. I've seen fat women looking like they don't realize they look like fucking big ass cows with that fucking ring. Everybody can't go for that look. Matter of fact, nobody should be going for that look. The whole idea of tradition is gone. Society every day is degenerating by the moment, right? If you don't stand for it, and I'm not saying you got to believe in God. Again, you don't have to believe in God and have morals. I'm sorry, you can still believe in God. I'm sorry. Bleh. You don't have to believe in God and you can still have morals. You understand? You can still have values. You can still have an identity, right? And I think a lot of people, you can just tell that they're just confused. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. You know, we got this non-binary thing. This is something I heard earlier today. That's another reason why I wanted to make this video. Gender fluid. And to me, I'm like, what the fuck is gender fluid? What is that? It's just new terms constantly every day that they're trying to brainwash us to know. They're not even really official. This shit never fucking ends. It's always something new. It's unbelievable. And so when I looked up the word gender fluid, it means, you know, a person who considers themselves a woman one day or in a man the next day. So to me, and obviously to you guys, because if you think logical, you know it's bullshit. To a logical person, is basically a person who is indecisive about their gender. One day they're a man, the next day they want to be fucking a female. So it's a person who is confused or conflicted with their gender. Bullshit. But ultimately, man, I'm just tired of this shit being forced down our throats. You know, the whole BLM, LGBT community, this shit, they just keep continuing. It's like I'm starting to run out of space. It's like people with primitive values, they're being shoved so far into the corner, into a dead end where they can't go anywhere. Everybody in the world is starting to turn into adhere to this ideology. Why would you adhere to something that is not beneficial for you? It hinders you. Grown ass men looking like fucking BDSM porn stars and shit. Looking very feminine, very flamboyant. But they think that shit is attractive. And you know what? Sadly, women are so degenerated, they probably do find it attractive that a man is emasculated, that he looks like a fucking female, that he looks like fucking Dennis Rodman, who I think is gay. You know? It just, man, I don't know what's going on. And obviously you can go back to the 80s. You can look at Prince and Michael Jackson. They were kind of on that androgyny shit. And look at Michael Jackson, you know, molesting little boys and shit. You know he was gay. Again, separate the art from the artist. We know Michael Jackson was a fag. Look at Prince. No disrespect to him. Good artist. He was probably gay. Motherfucker was wearing makeup and arching his eyebrows. This movement was already in place. You guys got to be aware of this shit. That's another thing. I mean, it's the same thing, but take pride in your appearance. Men don't get all of that shit done to their face. That's flamboyant. That's feminine. Have a more natural, down-to-earth look. Grow your fucking beard out. Cut your hair short. Or if you got long hair, take care of it in a masculine way. Stop doing the same thing that society's programming you to do. Stop letting society tell you how you should look. Oh, another trend I need to jump on, because that's how people think. They see something on TV. Oh, that looks cool. It really isn't cool. They'll just jump on it because it's the new thing to do. And again, I see this amongst Gen Zers and millennials. I'm 24. I'm a millennial. I feel like I'm out of place. Cause I'm not into none of this shit. Not into the tattoo thing. That shit is corny as fuck. Not into the, the piercing. It's just like everybody looks the fucking same. It's ridiculous. It's driving me insane. Everywhere you go, everybody is on the same bullshit. It's ridiculous, man. And like I said, it's something that is hard to avoid, but obviously it's not going to be being black pilled and being aware of the agenda of the of how they're trying to emasculate us. Going against the resistance is not going to be easy. We're at war. We are at war. Again, if you are a guy who looks like that, you have to understand that you're being emasculated. You're conforming to your own downfall. You're conforming to your own emasculation. You got young boys already being groomed to take estrogen so they can go through their process, their transition. This shit is disturbing. This shit is becoming normal. This shit is becoming normal. We are in a time where thinking rationally is abnormal and thinking pervertedly is normal. What kind of stupid shit is that? If you are a guy and you have a daughter that dresses like that, you need to handle that shit. And if you got a son that dressed like that, you need to handle that shit. You need to nip that in the butt quick. Again, if you don't say anything, if you don't speak out against it, you're for it. Speak the fuck up. It's just that simple. I'm sorry, I'm tired of seeing this shit. I can't just sit here and not say anything. I mean, I spoke on it, a couple months ago, maybe a year or two ago, but I just had to speak on this shit. Again, keep your masculinity, maintain your masculine appearance. Appearances are everything at the end of the day. Don't again, if you a guy who still wants to fuck with women, even though you shouldn't be fucking with them anyway, you're gonna do it anyway though. Fuck with a woman who's feminine. Don't fuck with a chick who has tattoos, who's all damaged. If she's damaged externally, that bitch is gonna be damaged mentally. If the bitch look like a fucking cow, she look like a fucking a wall of graffiti, stay the fuck away from that bitch. Get a bitch that's down to earth. The bitch that's not caught up in that shit. I'll just say this. Not saying that there's a Nawad out there, but I'll say this. A woman who doesn't conform to that type of appearance, that tells you that she's not mentally weak. That tells you that she's not easily influenced by the crowd. That tells you that she knows how to say no. That tells you that she has standards. That's a chick that you want to gravitate to. Obviously, even with that type of female, you're still going to get fucked over because female nature is female nature. But damn, if you're going to fuck with a chick, fuck with somebody who's more well kept. I'm just going to call it how it is. Well kept. But all this extremism shit in their appearance, stay away from those type of people. Again, we are in the mist. We are in the maze right now. We are test dummies. We are being exterminated. We got a target on our back. So I'm just letting you know, speak out against the androgyny movement. If you have a channel, speak out against the androgyny movement. Again, we're not alone in this shit. But this is Renegade #1. Like the video, share, subscribe. Peace.